Crypto Housewife here, and today is February 18th, 2022, and we're into the fourth week of the trucker protests. And a lot of these protests are now popping up all over the globe. And I wanted to talk a little bit about how this started. Basically, on a cryptocurrency angle, I'm going to put on this. This isn't political, this isn't financial advice. I'm very into crypto, as you know, maybe Crypto Housewife, my title gives it away, but I'm really interested in seeing how they took donations for the truckers' protests. They started it with a GoFundMe, and then Bitcoin, and then the RCMP got involved in Canada. So let's have a look at this, because also Monero is involved a little bit too in terms of donations, and I want to see how this plays out in the end, especially the Monero angle. And I don't have the answer for you yet, but this is something I'm really interested in. So let's just jump over to how this started up. Okay. So Canada truckers turn to Bitcoin as GoFundMe ceases 9 million in Bitcoin donations. So this happened February 2022, just literally a couple of weeks ago. So they started up with a GoFundMe to help support the truckers. They need fuel, like they were running, 24/7, just idling. And, people get hungry, honking their horns, causing they wanted to be noticed, okay? Like I said, this isn't political. I'm not getting into the right or wrong of any of what they were doing. They wanted to be heard. They had a reason to protest, and it caught on in a lot of places in Canada. And then there were like pop-up trucker protests all over the world. And some people think this is about to end in Canada, but I don't know. I think Canada was where it got kicked off, and I almost predict that in the history books, this will be in the history books as we know when the pandemic started. It started around springish 2020, and when will it end? Well, maybe this is the non-official end of the pandemic, the kickoff to the end of it. So we'll see, because this is huge. So donations come into play to support these guys, to support the protest. And we have again Canadian trucker protest has raised over 900,000 in Bitcoin after GoFundMe blocks millions of dollars in donations. Well, okay, so that was looking good. They had an alternative to GoFundMe, Bitcoin. And in a while, I'll show you why. Well, maybe Bitcoin, although it was a generous idea, might not have been the best idea. So we'll continue. Now, so what happened after? Canada sanctions 34 crypto wallets tied to Trucker Freedom Convoy. So those Bitcoin donations, those donations to the convoy, now Canada sanctions them. So the key takeaways here, do I have anything here? Okay. We'll jump to the next. So Canada sanctions 34 wallets tied to the Trucker Freedom Convoy. Now, within those wallets, there was Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero, and Cardano. Addresses are all on the list, and I have that list. So let's jump over to here. If this is real, again, I had to do some digging for this. Take it with a grain of salt, but I think it's real, but like I said, so 34 addresses. Now the RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, are in Canada, and those guys can really dig. So if somebody is going to find out who donated what, high chances they could. Or could they? So let's look into what kind of wallet, what kind of currencies were donated. So here we go. These are the cryptos. These are like the ticker symbols. If you're not into crypto, these are the ticker symbols. So we have BTC, that's Bitcoin. Good old Bitcoin. You hear about it all the time. And then we have Litecoin. Now, Litecoin is a fork off of Bitcoin, and it's very respectable crypto. Cardano Cardano 88, Cardano, another respectable crypto. XMR, now that's Monero, and Monero, that's the one I have my eye on. And then good old Ethereum. And I think ETC, this might be Ethereum Classic. I'm not sure. Wait, let's just jump over here, do my homework. Well, right. I'll have you here, ETC. Ethereum Classic. Haha. Nobody's putting that in the headlines. You heard it here first. Good old Ethereum Classic. That's an interesting one by itself. Anyway, okay, where was I here? Where was I? Let's go back to the list. So we have Litecoin, we have Cardano, we have Monero, we have Ethereum, we have Ethereum Classic, and Bitcoin. So we have 6 different cryptos that were donated to the trucker protest. All right. Now, the RCMP are trying to figure out who donated this crypto to what they're considering an illegal protest now. Okay, so because they went under the scope of the Emergency Measures Act and are now saying, okay, now we're really going to do some digging. So let's step back here. And what I was saying, like Monero right here, XMR is supposed to be untraceable. It's known for being an absolute private cryptocurrency. And I'm going to call up their website in a few minutes. And Bitcoin, a lot of people think Bitcoin, oh, it's private, it's untraceable. People do shady black market purchases with it. And you know what? Bitcoin actually, it leaves footprints. And it's not a bad thing. I love Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is king. And it's just, that's the way it is. This isn't like a contest of what's the better crypto here. To me, this is going to be a contest of whether or not Monero can be traced back to a specific donor in the end. That's why I'm watching it and I'm interested. Because like I said, the RCMP, they don't fool around. They're going to dig. They will dig. And I'm curious to see what they come up with. And yeah, so that's my angle on this. And again, I don't want to be political. I'm curious. This is not financial advice. I'm not saying one is better than the other for sending money for a donation to somebody else. But I am saying that Bitcoin, it's not quite anonymous. I think these guys can probably find out who sent what. So we'll see. I'm not going to jump to conclusions. There might be a second video in this. So yeah. Okay, Monero. Let's jump to Monero. So this is their website. And wait, we'll go a little bit fast. Monero started up after Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's been around for 13 years. Monero, oh gosh, I'm going to say 2014, but I'm not sure about that. Like on this chart, it started, I have another chart anyway. It starts at, I think, 2014, but that's still a long time. And this is their ticker, and this is the price of Monero. It really pumped up in May 2021 with a lot of things, and now it's coming down at 161. And I almost think that if that donation can remain anonymous and untraceable, I have a good feeling that's going to give Monero a gold star, like for being private and untraceable, because the police are looking into it now. So that's just my prediction, not financial advice, but I'm just curious to see how all that pans out. Right now, Monero is, if you buy one Monero, it's going to cost you $161 US. And okay, so let's just move on from there. Now, as I mentioned, this was the list of 34 wallets that the RCMP are investigating, trying to say, you know, who sent this, that type of thing. And now we get back to Monero. So on the front page of their website, Monero means money, private, decentralized cryptocurrency that keeps your finances confidential and secure. Okay, that's important right there. So choose a wallet. To use Monero, the first thing you're going to do is need a wallet. Go here, get some coins, install your wallet. You need some Monero. Do it however you want to. Okay, Monero is a currency that can be exchanged for goods, services, and other currencies privately with very low fees. FAQs, could check out that. Yeah, also, where is their white paper about Monero? All right, about Monero, let's go there. To go there. Okay, Monero is a leading cryptocurrency focused on private and censorship-resistant transactions. Now, the majority of existing cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin and Ethereum, have transparent blockchains. And like I said, there's nothing, I'm not trying to insult Bitcoin or Ethereum and say Monero is better, but I'm going to say that apparently Monero's blockchain is not transparent like ETH and Bitcoin's. And that's what I was wondering about this whole donation thing. If Monero would have been the better choice to donate to something that you really believe in. In this case, we're talking about the trucker protests because it's obvious that the RCMP are digging into the wallets that donated to this protest. So I was just wondering if Monero would have been a better crypto to make donations to. So I don't know, we'll see, I guess, because Monero itself says it hides things. The transactions, Monero transactions are confidential and untraceable. Okay. Unlike selectively transparent alternatives, Zcash is selectively transparent. Monero is the only cryptocurrency where every user is anonymous by default. Okay? The sender, receiver, and the amount of every single transaction are hidden through the use of three important technologies: stealth addresses, ring signatures, and ring CT. I really don't know what this means. Okay. Because every transaction is private, Monero cannot be traced. This makes it a true fungible currency. Merchants and individuals accepting Monero do not need to worry about blacklisted or tainted coins. All right. Okay. Let me see. Like I said, I dug up their white paper the other day. Where's that pen? I wish I could find it. It's probably right in front of my eyes. Okay, we'll just jump over here for the last second. Okay, Monero was launched in April 2014. That's what I was mentioning. I wasn't sure about the date. Okay. Now we'll jump over here. So we'll go to Monero again. So I want to compare it to Bitcoin a bit. I wasn't able to find, maybe you guys know, I wasn't able to find Monero's max supply, but its total supply is 18 million. Oh, the white paper's right here. Okay, my gosh, how come I couldn't find that on their website? Their white paper is really, really interesting to look at. And if you're into Monero, if you're into privacy, it's pretty neat to look at. So it is there. It's easy to find. CoinMarketCap. Click white paper. It's as simple as that. So it's mineable, and so is Bitcoin. We have 18 million in total supply right now. Jumping over to Bitcoin. So here's Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has 18 million, almost 19 million total supply right now, with a max supply capped at 21 million. And that's why I was wondering if Monero's is going to be 21 million also. Curious, rate in the comments below if you know. And hit the subscribe, please. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So getting back to Bitcoin. So their supplies are similar right now, but I don't know what's going to happen if Monero does have a cap on it or not, but that'd be interesting. So that's just some little things little similarities between the two. Total supply right now, and Monero started in 2014 and Bitcoin I think 2009. So they're very, Monero's been around for a while. Now, Monero's saying that they're it's very private. You can't see who sent you the crypto. You can, nothing. It's supposed to be very, very hidden. Whereas good old Bitcoin, it's not hidden. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to see transactions, latest transactions of Bitcoin. There's the hashtag, the hash rate, and yeah, it's pretty easy to see. Of course, it's not going to say your name, your address, your bank account number, nothing like that. But this is not exactly hidden information. So Bitcoin is pretty transparent, and it just, a lot of people are, saying the opposite. It's very, it's private. It's, if you're up to no good, you can hide your, no, it's not like that at all. Actually, don't use Bitcoin if you're going to be up to no good. As simple as that. So just don't. But I just wanted to bring that out there, that would have Monero been a better crypto to donate to a cause, in this case, a protest, before, protest became something really illegal to do. So, because at one point, the trucker protest was not illegal, because you have a right to protest peacefully. So there was some peace involved in it at some point, and then lines got crossed and the police came in. And that's where we are now with these wallets being looked into by the RCMP. So, yeah. So that was my big question of it all, would have Monero been a better choice? Who knows? So that's it. That's what I wanted to say about it. None of it's financial advice, and I'm just curious to see how this is going to pan out. Are they going to link people? Have they linked people to these addresses yet? I don't know. But like I say, my eye is on Monero. I want to know if the Monero donations are going to be outed. I want to know, because according to me, it should not be. But I want to see what these guys are capable of digging up about them, because the other ones I think are going to be kind of easy, but it's the Monero one that I'm interested in. So yeah, that's it. That's what I got today. So please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and I will talk to you. And remember, none of this is financial advice, my own personal opinions. I'm just curious to see how this is going to play out, because this is huge. This is international news, and the trucker protests are just popping up all over the globe now, and everybody's kind of like wondering what's going to happen next. Is it just going to grow, or is it going to go away? And is something really going to change for the good out of all of this? And what's going to happen with all these donations? What's going to happen with it? Who knows? A lot of money changed hands, a lot of crypto changed hands, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So none of this financial advice. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.